And it's another podcast. We're back for episode 2. We're just gonna hit it running.
All right.
What's episode 2 called?
The Avatar Returns.
What?
The Avatar Return.
Right. Look, you can't put me on the spot like that. It scares me.
It scares you. Boo.
Ah.
She was genuinely scared. Genuinely.
Yep. Got it.
So this is how Avatar 2. Avatar episode 2, The Avatar Returns. Also directed by Dave Filoni. I love Dave Filoni. Big Star Wars fan, Dave Filoni. Do you know who Dave Filoni is, Andrea?
No, aside from Avatar, I can't say I do.
Okay, let me tell you about Dave Filoni real quick before we get this thing started.
I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies, so it might not.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you some stories about Dave Filoni real quick before we get this rolling, just so you know who Dave Filoni is. He's a big Star Wars geek. He went on to develop this big-ass show called Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and it's awesome. It has my favorite Star Wars character in it called Ahsoka Tano, who is inspired by Princess Mononoke. And there's also a lot of Ghibli references in Avatar: The Last Airbender that I think are pretty cool. I don't know if you guys... Do you watch Ghibli? Ghibli? The Ghibli?
No.
Ghibli? No.
The
Which one? Ghibli?
what?
Ghibli?
It's Ghibli.
Ghibli.
I like to say Ghibli, but the Japanese pronounce it Ghibli.
Ghibli? Okay, I don't want to get at it. He also is working on The Mandalorian now. Cool guy. He wears a cowboy hat. And he directed these first 2 episodes. So moving on. Avatar Returns. Everyone's pissed.
Ooh.
The whole water tribe's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
They get back and they're like, the fuck did you motherfuckers do?
Wow, you said this was going to be PG.
Yeah.
Oh, Sorry. Okay. What did you children do? I look very closely at their faces, everyone's got angry eyebrows. They're like, everyone's just angry or confused.
Because the Fire Nation's going to come.
Yeah.
Which might have been like a kind of over-assumption on their part. Because did they...
True.
I mean, is the Fire Nation really going to see a flare in the South Pole?
Also...
That's why Katara is scared of waterbending, because you never know who's watching. That's what I was trying to say before.
Well, I'm also saying is that even if the flare does go up, the boat's over here and the tribe's over here. Why would they go to the tribe when the boat's over here?
Because you saw him leave the boat. I just got it right, though. What do you mean?
Whatever. So then they're like, Aang, out. Get out of here, kid. What are you, 12 or something?
I would say or something.
Or something.
I mean, he's 112.
He is 112, but...
Yeah, he is.
He is. So they kick him out, and then what happens next?
He leaves, and then they're chilling. And
Zuko rolls up.
And he starts attacking, and then Sokka hits him with the boomerang, and then Aang comes in on a penguin.
And he falls, and then his helmet lands on his butt. Right, Andrea?
Correct.
I was right. I got something right. And then he's like, leave. He's about to go ham, right? He's about to doing twirly stuff with the stick. He's about to go hard on Zuko, but then he sees people are like, ah! That's the sound they make. And he's like, stop. I'm gonna go with you. But you gotta leave my homies here alone. They take him away. Mm-hmm. What happens when they're on the boat?
He tells the guards, bet I can take you guys with my hands behind my back, because they never fought an airbender before. Which is honestly pretty badass, because they only animate the air so that you can see it. Imagine just getting decked by something that you can't see. How do you beat that?
I think you can see air.
If there's dust in the air, maybe.
True.
When the wind is blowing, you don't see it. So then just huge gust of wind hits you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Have you guys been to the Navy Pier?
I have.
Maybe.
Have you ever gone when it's windy as fuck?
I have.
Do you guys ever jump?
No, I can't say I have.
Yes.
Well, I jumped. Well, this was back when I was a younger lad, and it was a little scary, you know? You jump, you don't know where you're going to fall. Jasmine, you're about the size I was as a young lad.
Okay.
So I kind of want to go see what happens.
Anyways.
Where were you going? Where are you going with this? Because you're just like
I was just
talking.
going where, like, I realized you have a good point there where, like, that was hard wind, and I didn't see it come.
Okay.
But also, she also makes a good point. Well, Aang makes a good point where he's like, you've never fought an airbender before. So for the last 100 years, maybe before people kind of knew how to take on an airbender, but since they're not around anymore, do you think the training defenses against an airbender?
But they're also airbenders are also non-violent people. Like they pride themselves on that. So I feel like you wouldn't even need to train on how to take on an airbender anyways. Because they didn't have an army or anything.
Yeah, but what about the Avatar? He's fighting people all the time.
Yeah, and everyone just knows you don't take on the Avatar.
Well, tell that to that one guy who fell. What was that guy's name?
Chin the Great.
Who fell?
The one that Kyoshi
that.
killed.
Chin the Conqueror.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, tell that to the Fire Lord.
Well, he also found out the Avatar is a small child, so he didn't really have much to worry about until...
I guess, yeah. I ain't sure. Whatever.
Also, I mean, without the Avatar state, was Aang really going to beat him?
Are you talking about Ozai
Maybe.
or Zuko?
Yeah, who are you talking about?
I mean, either,
Zuko?
I guess.
I think Aang could still take on the Fire Lord without the Avatar state.
You think so?
I think so. I think he was just
the
like...
whole point of the Avatar state is, like, it's a boost.
Right, it's just a boost. But, like, I think at that point he had enough training. He just didn't want to kill him. So I think he was just holding back. If he was down to kill him...
He would have done it.
He would have done it.
He had so many chances. Anyways, so episode 2, The Avatar Returns.
Yeah. We're the fight scene that you wanted to talk about, apparently.
Yes, I want to talk about Bagua.
Ooh.
Bagua. Which is, so every time there's going to be like a big fight around these different bending things, I'm going to talk about what the fighting was inspired from. The airbending is inspired from Bagua, which is, it means like 8 palms or something, but it's just circle walking. So airbending is all about moving in a circular motion and constantly moving. It's a martial art that was, I believe, developed to take on multiple enemies at a time because you're constantly moving, so they're not supposed to be able to touch you. And my favorite scene from the fight in the ship is when he goes in, he escapes, he does like a twirl thing, he's running, and then he's trying to find his staff, and he finds it in Zuko's room, and Zuko's like standing behind the door, and then they have a little like thing there. I love the move where he's just has his hand on his spine and he's just moving around him and he just can't get him, because that's just badass to me. I just think that's like, I think it's physically possible to do that. You just have to have the correct footwork training for that.
Sure.
But I believe it's, if your hand's on their spine, you can sense the way they're going to turn, so you're able to maneuver around.
Sense how they're going to turn.
Well, you can feel their spine, like, oh,
or you
this
could just see which way they're going to turn.
Well, see, I've tried it, but the thing, I've tried.
You're also not a master.
I'm not a master, but at some point, Zuko does it too. That's how he gets it. Because Zuko's trying to be like this. You can't see me. He's not turning around like 180. He's trying to like walk around. So if you're walking around in a circle, you're never going to get that. But if you do the 180, like just turn, you'll turn around. So that's how Zuko gets out of it. That's what I noticed. Does Aang have super speed? Andrea, does Aang have super speed? You're not the Avatar.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say he has super speed. I think you could just bend the air around him to like push him faster.
Mm-hmm. So
no.
So yeah, I guess no.
Okay. Or he can walk on walls.
Yes. Do you have a point to that?
Is that a question? It sounded like a question.
Is he running really fast that he can walk on walls, or is he blowing against the ground to get on the wall?
He's manipulating the air in all the ways so that he can run.
So then why can't he fly?
Because it's different. He's using his body to run up the walls, right? But when you're flying, like...
You mean he's using the wall to run up the wall? Because if he uses his body, then he can fly.
No, he's using his legs.
On the wall.
Yeah.
So you're saying if there's not a wall, he can't defy gravity?
Yes, because...
Then he's using the wall.
Unless he could fly. He does fly. With things aiding him. But not just by himself.
He laughs at gravity, remember, guys?
Does he?
Yeah, he, like, talks about it. He's like, I laugh at gravity all the time. Gravity.
That sounds familiar, yes. Jokes. Music is still lit. I talked about that. Does he have super speed? It doesn't. It's awesome. Oh, this is the first time we see his creation, the Avatar scooter.
Oh.
Thoughts on the Avatar scooter? Should it earn you your stripes?
I mean, if no one's done it before.
He literally figured
doesn't-
out how to bend air in a ball and have it continuously, like, rotate. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question here. Back to the you can't see air thing. They animate the ball, but in real life, would you be able to see the ball, or would it look like he's just like hovering?
It would look like he's just hovering.
That's dope.
Probably.
That's fucking awesome.
Especially if the air is super clear. Nothing, no extra particles.
Damn. Just pure oxygen.
I don't know about pure oxygen.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of need the nitrogen that's in our everyday atmosphere.
Can we break down the science of
No, stop. We're done.
Listen,
Moving on.
What are they bending? Does that mean waterbenders are airbenders too?
No, we're not
Or
breaking down the science, or else it doesn't work.
It doesn't
It's just
work.
not possible.
It's not possible. Science isn't real.
No.
And then they do more fighting. Sokka and Katara go off to save Katara's boyfriend on a tiny boat. Oh no, they go on Appa. And this is what I was saying. Appa flies for the first time. Were you amazed?
No.
You knew he could do it the whole time.
Well, yeah, they were kind of leading up to that.
yeah.
I'm gonna backtrack. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack to this. I mentioned this last time. Didn't mention to Andrea, so I want to get Andrea's thoughts on this. So going back to episode 1. So in this one, we find out that Aang is the Avatar, right? Because no one knows he's the Avatar. The first intro of the Avatar does not mention Aang at all. It's not like, and I believe Aang can save the world. It just tells us the history of the 100-year period. And then Aang's trying to hide it, right? As a child, were we supposed to be surprised that Aang was the Avatar when we find out in episode 2?
No.
I feel like his children know.
Well, I mean, kids are
It's
dumb.
in the title of the show.
Well, maybe
Every
there's
time
another
you have to
Airbender.
say this.
If it's the last Airbender, you know there's only one.
There might be 2.
I tried explaining this to you.
Appa's an
last time.
Airbender. That's
No, but he's not a human.
why did they kill him?
Kill who?
The Appas, the bison.
Well, obviously they didn't kill all of them.
Well, one of them. Oh, actually, they don't. I know they don't. They went into hiding,
Mm-hmm.
which makes. We'll talk about it in the next one, actually.
Yeah.
And then they go off outside. Aang escapes. He's running. Can I get a water? They're running. Zuko grabs him. They fall. What if Zuko had missed? Do you think Zuko would have died, Andrea?
No, he could have done what Azula does with the fire blast to, like, always catch herself.
True.
And granted, he's not the prodigy or anything, but...
Mm-hmm. So we see, like, throughout the series, we see Aang and Katara, their skills develop. Do you think Zuko does he get more powerful as the season goes, as like the series goes, or do you think at this point he's still kind of the same as at the end?
No, I think he gets more powerful.
More powerful?
I mean, he's...
Zuko.
You know, he gets very technical about his stuff and his breathing and everything. He actually listens to Uncle Iroh's advice on how to be a better firebender. And it's more powerful when it comes from the actual source of firebending, the dragons, than it does the way rage and the inexperience of joy.
I just remembered that he has to relearn how to kind of... His source of firebending changes.
He was no match for his dad before, and then he faces him with like...
But he faces them with a new technique.
Yeah. So obviously
but
he got better.
I mean, yeah, okay. Waterbending techniques. And then what happens? They fight up on the land, and then Aang gets wrecked. He falls off, and then the awesome build-up music. Here comes the music again. And he rises up, and then everyone's like, wow, look at him. He can waterbend. And he does he goes into a twister, lands, and then, I guess it's a typhoon. It's in the water. It's not a twister. Yeah.
Tomato.
He does like a whip and pushes them off. Wow.
Sorry.
Oh my
Sorry. Look,
God.
I had to remember when I work. Sorry.
What time do you go in?
I gotta leave at 2:30.
2:30. Okay. Shit, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So Avatar love is beautiful. All they have to do is turn. Oh yeah. So then they escape and they fly away, and then
Iroh and Zuko do that badass shoot thing,
and then but then bats it away.
Yeah.
I don't think them escaping from the ice would have taken too long because they could just right. They just melt the ice.
Well, they can't just put that much energy constantly into melt. It was a lot of ice.
There's a lot of them though.
Also, most of their men were frozen, so they already had a bit of a.
Oh, that's another thing. So people who wear masks, those are firebenders. And then people who don't wear masks, they're not firebenders, or was it the other way around?
No, that's what it is. Masks are firebenders.
Masks are firebenders. Unless you're a general, then you don't have it. But like normal soldiers, they wear the mask. I noticed that this time watching it around. So then they fly away. They're successful. They're good to go. And then we hear Andrea's favorite song, "The Avatar Love." Or that would be the first time we hear it. And then he's like, "Yeah, you caught me. I'm the Avatar. Let's go to the North Pole now, guys." And
that's it. The end.
Oh, and then I want to talk about something. He mentions all the places they have to go to. There's 2 places. These are the 2 that stuck out to me, but I'm pretty sure they didn't go to all those places.
Yeah.
But he mentions hopping llamas and hog monkeys. He wants to go ride those. I don't believe we ever see those in the series. So, what do those look like? Have we seen those before? Do we know what a hopping llama looks like? I think we know what a hog monkey looks like.
You mean because it's literally 2 animals put together?
Yeah.
No, I mean, are they in the series? Avatar expert?
Remember?
I think the hog monkeys sound familiar. I think they're in season 2 when Aang makes a zoo. I don't know about the hopping llamas. I feel like the hopping llamas would be a kangaroo looking thing.
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I think how in the spirit. Well, nope. We'll talk about that when we get there. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Listen, were we introduced to any animals this episode?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Did we miss anything? Any questions, comments, concerns? We talked about this episode in the last episode a lot, so I don't think I have much to say on this. I just wanted to talk about the airbending mostly. Mm-hmm. Anything? Andrea, your thoughts? You have anything to say?
No, I have no thoughts.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes episode 2. Much worse than episode 1. I don't know how that happened.
Maybe because we used all of episode 1 to talk about episode 2.
Yeah. So if you didn't listen to episode 1 and you want to talk more about episode 2, then go listen to episode 1. Okay, moving on. Thanks for watching, guys. Join us next week as we go to the Southern Air Temple, where we will find out some secrets.
Oh, actually, no.
The revelations will be. Well, let us know how we're doing. I'm going to read these comments.
Oh, God.
Let us know what you want. Let us know who's watching. Share it with your mom. Share it with your uncle.
No one's watching. They're all listening.
Listening. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I guess on the spoofy.
I mean.
And the SoundCloud.
That's on you, man.
Yeah. I'm putting it on everything. I'm going to try to put it on everything. I got to figure out how to put it on anything. We still don't have a name. So thanks for watching this episode.
Listening.
Thanks for listening. Let's do that again. So, thanks for listening to this episode of... I'm going to put the name in there later. And join us next week as we cover episode 3.
Bye.
Bye. I told you to give me a water.
What?
I told you to give me a water when you walked away.
Oh,
and you came back with your own water. I'm doing a lot of talking here, girl.